What's up YouTube, this is Panther back with a video, and today's video is actually another Marvel news update video. Again, there hasn't been a lot of Marvel news update videos in a while, and I feel like this is somewhat really important because at least I just feel like this is somewhat kind of important because it's still Marvel MCU related, and I'm surprised a lot of people ain't really talking about it. I only saw like one or two YouTubers that really talked about this. I just feel like, they don't want to dive deep into that type of realm. They just want to talk to you guys about the movie part, but also it's also the diversity and higher part as well, but it's still MCU Marvel related. So this comes from ScreenRant.com. It says, I guess this is Anthony Mackie, the one who plays Falcon in the Marvel movies, and I guess the Falcon Winter Soldier. It pretty much says Anthony Mackie criticized Marvel's diversity problems, even Black Panther. Anthony Mackie star has a diversity problem, blah blah. The Falcon Winter Soldier. Anthony Mackie has strongly criticized Marvel's lack of diversity during actors interview. I guess they have that. I guess they're doing it live stream, whatever. Followed by Davey Diggs. Mackie has prominent role in recent MCU films as Sam Wilson, aka the Falcon Winter Soldier, is to replace Chris Evans as the new Captain America. Anthony Mackie's first appearance in Winter Soldier, blah blah. I'm trying to read what the most important stuff. Sitting down with an interview with fellow actor, blah blah blah. Variety's online series, Actors Online. Mackie strongly criticized Marvel's studios for the lack of diversity behind the cameras. Mackie said that it really bothered me that I've seen 7 Marvel movies where every producer, every director, every stuntman, every costume designer, every PA, every single person has been white. I'm like, wow. I'm not surprised, but Mackie went on to illustrate his argument by, I guess, criticizing Black Panther, that the fact that it had a largely black cast and black crew, saying that that's more racist than anything, because if you can hire the black people for the black movie, are you saying they're not good enough when you have a mostly white cast? I mean, there's some argument he has to say. Again, we're going to dive deep into it, but I just feel like this is something we got to talk about. Generally, hearing that Hollywood has a serious problem when it comes to diversity is nothing new. Early this week, MCU Tessa Thompson promptly penned and co-signed an open letter with over 300 black artists demanding that studios exec diverse from police centering narratives to open way for more anti-racist stories. As the head of Marvel Studio, Kevin Feige has clearly made some effort to diversify cinematic productions, sometimes even get great pushback from some Disney top execs. Currently, the MCU has the big Eternals, Shang-Chi, and the Legends of Tomorrow, and it's supposed to be in 2021. Still, Mackie hasn't wrong to call on Marvel Studios to do more. Raw progress is currently being made, ensuring that films are staffed with diverse groups and individual requires continued effort, not just attempts. Black Panther was not only a huge box office hit, but also received great praise from critics and fans alike. Hiring a majority black cast was the absolutely right thing to do, but confronting a black Hollywood professional executive to movies exclusively about black stories, that's not just progressing in segregation. And it goes on and on and on. It's a very, very long article, but I'll link the article in the description box down below. But I feel like this is something we gotta kind of talk about. You feel me? I just feel like, he has a lot of great talking points. And this is why I'm surprised no one's talking about this shit, which is really, really shocking, especially what's happening now. But I do agree with some of what Anthony Mackie has said, because, it's like, Marvel and Hollywood, they talk all this crap about diversity representation, but, it's kind of like, they're good. Because to me, this is what it kind of felt like in a way where it feels like, you could have black people with a black movie. Listen, I'm happy with Black Panther. I felt like the black movie was necessary because I feel like, it shows you that a movie with an all majority black cast could do very, very well, make a bunch of money, and you don't need to just have a white man or a white woman be the lead and shit like that. You feel me? That's just my personal opinion. You feel me? And I just feel like with Anthony Mackie, he's kind of right in a way, because it's kind of like, these black people weren't good for a black movie, but when it comes to other projects, you guys don't want to have that same effort. And I do feel like Marvel Studios and Hollywood is full of shit. I told you guys before, you can't sit here and talk about diversity representation when you have 20 plus movies starring a white dude, or if you do get women, it's mostly a white woman. You feel me? Or even the white women in the MCU, most of them get fucking just threw them a bone. That's really it. Let's be honest. The MCU was mostly not even appealed to, but it was mostly centered against white male characters. characters. Let's just keep it one. And when you watch Endgame, they expose themselves because it shows that they have not developed their female characters at all. I told you before, Black Panther did a way better job with the female characters than any of the MCU Marvel movies. It's freaking fact. And you have nothing but women and chicks in there as well. And that's the main issue. It's kind of like, you talk all this crap, and you're not willing to practice what you preach. And also the problem is when they do these diversity hires, I do believe you have to get the right person for the job, but make sure you dive a lot deeper than you did before. Don't just grab a person and be like, oh well, we need a person of color, a black person, or whatever it is, to edit this particular movie because they are black and we need them. No, get the right person for the right jobs. So when you do these corrections, when you do your hiring process and stuff like that, and video photography, not only do you hire, obviously you want to hire the best person, but make sure you do a lot deeper and dive deep into your hiring process and try to hire more people of color who are suitable for the job. You don't just throw a bonus. You're like, hey, here's a black person, here's this and that. It just feels like very insulting, and it just feels like it's just a handout. You feel me? And especially now, I feel like the Hollywood is going to try to do that, be like, oh, we got this person to go, we got that person. But the problem is as well is that a lot of people, majority people, not all of them, but majority people, they really don't care unless they see the diversity in the forefront. Like, most of the times, I'm just keeping one with you, like, they don't care if it's, well, some of them do, but majority of them really don't care unless, it's a black character, a black actor in the forefront as a director or as a actor. That's what they want to see in the forefront. I'm talking about the general public, you feel me? They don't really care about the behind-the-scenes stuff and who's the music composer and all this other shit. Like, they don't really care. And also to make sure that, you don't just have black people just doing hair and makeup for the white actors or the black actors. Like, no, like, have them be more on the production sides and these hiring and stuff like that. And I feel like with Hollywood, listen, Marvel gets the same shit as well, where it's like they'll bring, to me, it's like they won't have the balls to create new original, and this is what my personal opinion is, like, you should have more diversity and more inclusive when it comes to making new original stories, rather than just take characters that are established like Spider-Man or Batman and Superman and just have them pretty much grab diversity people and have them work on established projects rather than create something new and original and diverse, rather than just race swapping and gender swapping characters. We're starting to see this with Eternals, you feel me? And I criticize Eternals as well, because it's like, hey, no one knows what this comic is, no one's gonna know what it is, that this got canceled all the time, let's just race swap and gender swap them. I said that's very insulting as hell. Rather, you guys have the ball. To me, it's just like, you guys rather, same what Children of Adam, New Warriors, all that bullshit, you feel me? Just, the champion, stuff like that. I'd rather you have the balls to create a new original character from the comics, like you did with Spider-Man, Superman, Batman. Go from there, get through the ass whooping, make sure you sell it and promote it, and if it sells, then make a live action movie of it. Like, fuck all the bullshit. Let's just keep it 100. Rather than just like, oh, we're just gonna race swap and gender swap these characters because no one read this comic, no one knows about this, so we can just race swap and gender swap it. And then when you see the Eternals, you see that it's very, very insulting as hell. It's facts, you feel me? And a lot of people are going to call out on it when the movie comes out, you feel me? And I'm not going to be the one to criticize. I think a lot of general public be like, Feige, you're fucking up because you don't have the balls to create original diverse characters. You're just race swapping, gender swapping these characters and doing a very lazy half-ass job. That's just my personal opinion. And also when it talks to, all female representation, I told you, it's mostly white female representation. And we have people like Natalie Portman who are full of shit too. It's like, oh, well, we need to hire more women directors. But if you look at her production team and her, her production company, she has not hired a single female director to work for her. So again, a lot of these Hollywood people, they're full of shit, man. They're trying to say the most things to get all the SJW woke points on Twitter and trying to, go with the next wave, you feel me? Go with the next trend. That's just what it seems like, you feel me? They're very, very two-faced. And I think a lot of people are going to see through it, especially going forward. And I do feel like, when it comes to Marvel, and the thing argument, people saying, okay, well, Anthony Mackie, you should have spoke up. True. That is 100% true. You should have said this a lot earlier. Why are you saying this now? So it's debatable when it comes to Anthony Mackie, when it comes to that. But also the problem is when it comes to Marvel and Hollywood, they really gonna have to, if they're gonna do this diversity representation thing, you gotta really make sure you do a 110% better job. Because there's no way in hell you're gonna be able to keep doing the same crap you did like 5, 6, 7 months ago. You feel me? Because a lot of people are gonna just call you out on it, and I think Marvel Studios going forward, they really gonna have to address this diversity representation thing. And I know they're doing Shang-Chi, but let's be honest, Shang-Chi is for China. Let's just keep it on. It ain't give a fuck. And even I was talking this with my someone that I know, and he's saying that a lot of these corporations, they don't give a fuck about diversity representation. They're just like, where is the money? Which is true. That is 100%. Everything is a business. I mean, even anime, they do a lot more. They're putting the female characters more in forefront. If there's a demand for it, they'll make more. If there's more diverse, there's a demand for it, then they'll put it in there. But it has to be supply and demand first, and I feel like that's just what a corporation has to do. But also, I think when you're Hollywood, you're talking about all this bullshit, and you do the complete opposite, then that's the major problem, what's happening, at least when it comes to Marvel and Hollywood and Disney and stuff like that. That's pretty much it, guys. Tell me what you guys think about this. I know this is a very, very long video, but I feel like this is a very serious video as well, and I feel like this is something we kind of have to talk to you guys about. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace, and have a great day, and take care.